Time is 6:02. We will begin the Comprehensive Land Use Plan Committee workshop for updating the maps. We will start with the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. So our chair, Lee Garner, is not present, so I, Robert Gamsby, am acting as the chair for tonight. Committee member Ivan Udell.
Present.
Committee member, wow, my brain is fried today. Tracy Woodard.
Here.
Committee member Thomas Brazil.
Present.
Are there any additions, deletions, and/or amendments to the agenda?
No.
Well, with no additions, deletions, or amendments, there's no new business, so we can move to the current focus of our workshop, which is reviewing the maps provided by the town planning consultant. So I presented everybody with, basically I walked around town on Saturday and kind of compared what's going on to the flume until I got super tired, and then I stopped. And then I went on to the county appraiser's website and kind of Google Maps and then looked around the town to see what I could find that seemed out of place. And so to flag some of the things that we're probably going to need to address on the flume, if you look at item number 2, that's Diamond Acres. We don't have that parceled out for the lots that were approved through the platting, and they don't show up on the empty lot map either.
What did they zone those?
They're zoned as
y'all
ag,
zone it?
agriculture, I believe, yes.
So how large of a lot?
They're about an acre each.
Yeah, it has to be at least an acre.
But that makes sense, ag, because they used to grow pines, planted pines on that.
But I know at a minimum, even if we don't have to do the flume, we do have the vacant lot map that should have those lots on there. So this,
I think that was already zoned residential, or no, it was, there's houses there, and they could do 4 1-acre lots there. I think they're gonna try to sell those to get a little money out of the land.
but if you look at the town of White Springs vacant parcel by future land use map, like right here, there should now be 4 lots that don't exist.
Right.
And this brings me to number 3. There should be, well, not 3, 3 is just the library. Number 4, there should be a road there. It should be a continuation of Jewett Street, I believe, that connects Broad Street and Diamond with Robert Street that goes
been
around the
closed.
library.
That has been officially closed,
That's officially closed?
yes. Wait a minute, no.
Come up the street beside the library on the north side.
Yeah, it kind of curves around the library, connects
What is
41
that?
and Broad.
What street is that? Broad Street is closed. I don't know, that one's not. That's Jewett.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
that's not on any of the maps.
No, the county did that.
Well, it should be closed. You still get around.
It's Broad
Still
Street
go.
that's closed, yeah.
Still go driving on it, yeah. Let's see what else I
Is
got.
that, looking at the wetlands map, is Diamond Acres in a wetland? It looks like it's very close to the wetland.
Possibly. There are wetlands on that big piece of property.
Yeah, but I think they're a little north of where the lots will end up being, or maybe the very top end of the lots will be in the wetlands. That'll be a site planning consideration.
Yeah. You can build, this is part of the, in the floodplain.
Yeah.
So if you look at 5 and 7, and 6 for that matter, 5 and 7 are drains that come out of that land there that feed into that little small river that eventually dumps into the Suwannee. 6 is a retaining pond. Should this be some kind of wetlands there?
There is a pond on that big piece of property.
Well, I mean this little pond here that's in front of the church there, whatever it's called.
Yeah, I think that's a retention pond.
Yeah.
It's in front of that church.
So it wouldn't be wetlands, we don't count those as wetlands.
Okay, and there's no wetlands across the street either?
Across 41? I think
Yeah,
there-
where
there
it's
is
draining. Okay, that's like right here.
Yeah. There's a pond somewhere out in here. I
Yes,
haven't
it
personally
is, yeah.
looked at it. But an alligator used to run back and forth from here to the library
Still
parking
does.
lot.
He still does.
So,
We call him Alfie. We named him
I saw
Alfie.
him about 2 months ago, so he still does.
Yeah,
he
we-
got under one of my employees' cars, scared the crap out of all of us.
So how come that's not showing up on the wetlands maps?
It just hasn't been. It was in timber, so you couldn't see it.
So there's just, do we add it on to this then?
I suggested that we talk to water management. I had that on my list. If you look at, let's see. Yeah, the last one on my list is check for wetlands on the BBL land.
Do we have a copy of the Water Management's LiDAR map? Can we get a copy of their LiDAR map?
You can
Because
get,
I know they just updated them.
you can get one.
Yeah. We gotta look-
I might have one on my computer.
I'll look at that, see what it shows.
Want me to take it out?
No, I just,
But yeah, we need to check with
For future,
water
we need to
management,
find out.
for them. That's what they do.
Does it not show up on that Diamond Acres lot? Does it not show up over there?
Let me see.
the wetland map that's showing is pretty doggone close to where they're wanting to put. It may be a little north of it, but.
I think those 4 lots are
Diamond Acres is
Right
gonna be
there?
right here, like
Right there,
here up to
okay.
there.
4
Mhm.
lots.
Okay.
This is some sort of pond, and then up here is where the drains are and the focus assembly.
Yeah, see, there's
Leslie?
I think that's where the wetlands,
There's the stream that comes out
yes,
Right.
and it goes
through town and
Yeah.
into the river.
And then it dumps down.
behind my and Thomas T. Bolt. And
Yeah.
the house.
That creek is right there.
Yeah.
Do we wanna like start writing on these? Or you're not there yet?
We should probably write on that one. He said to write on that one.
So Leslie's here now too. I'm doing an audio recording
Okay.
because nobody's here doing a video recording. So far, we talked about Diamond Acres not being represented on the maps. You know, we
Okay.
did the platting that never happened. Also, we talked about Jewett Street. That's the street that comes around the library and connects Diamond. Isn't showing up on any of these maps. And now we're talking about wetlands that
Don't show up as wetlands.
that should be right here. They're not
Okay.
there at all because there's drains here across 41. A drain out of here and a retention pond in front of the folk assembly. And that should be evidence that there's some degree of wetlands in there, but they're not on any of the maps.
And the alligator that runs back and forth across the road.
Yeah, and Alfie.
Alfie.
His name is Alfie, by the way,
Alfie.
or her
Alfie.
name, we don't know actually. Oh, yeah, let's give one of these to Leslie so she knows what we're looking at.
Are those paper copies of the maps?
Now this is,
Oh, okay.
I walked around town flagging stuff for
Oh.
review. And then I went in,
Diligent.
and then I went into the Arcus, the county property appraiser site, and Google Maps, when I got tired of walking around, and went around and looked for stuff that was out of place.
Got it.
So number 9, that's right below the gas station in the top right. There's like apartment buildings or some kind of motel there, and it's only low density designation. So does this,
That should be multifamily.
Is that the one they call Smurf Motel? Is that
They're very small buildings, so maybe.
They're
there's two
apartments.
Apartments.
Little apartment buildings.
On the right-hand side as you go out, right?
that's
Yeah.
the
Yeah.
one they call Smurf.
It used to be a motel, but it's
Yeah.
duplex apartments now, I think.
Okay, so this needs to change to what designation?
Multifamily.
Well, it'd
Well,
be
actually, there's
residential,
no-
moderate, medium, high.
No, probably, definitely not low density.
Where's Swanee Springs Apartments? classified?
Those look like they're classified as probably
Residential.
medium density.
High density, I think, 61.
We don't have any high density. So the Sewanee Springs is 18, and that's what looks like medium density. And then if you go out of that, that's the moderate density, and then yellow is low density.
So these are gonna be the new designations that we're using that are listed here? Has that been determined?
Those are what I'm going off of.
Okay.
We would need to talk to Clay and them and see if there's anything that should be added onto here.
I don't know if do we have definitions of these? Because they're not the current ones, right?
There are definitions. They have not been adopted by the council. My committee working on that.
From 2019? Okay.
18 you have is, that's where the apartments are?
That's the Sewanee Springs apartments.
Okay, you've got that as
Sewanee Springs apartment.
medium density, so I guess.
Yep.
So I guess those little apartments out by my land would be medium density, yeah.
All right, so what I have is number 9 should be changed to medium density. So 10 and 54, it's the gas station. The gas station actually owns both those lots. So we want to change both 10 and 54 to commercial.
Definitely.
So 16, across from Munchies, basically, right by Town Hall. There's a little tiny lot with a house on it that's marked commercial. Do we want that to be commercial? So it's right where 41 bends at the north of it.
That's where they had the pizza, the sub shop, that house you're talking about, that 2-story.
It's the one that had, I don't know if they still have it, but they had like a big wheelchair ramp around it.
It's like a
It's
wood
right
frame,
at the bend.
2-story.
Across from the spring house you're talking about?
It's right
Yeah.
across from Munchies.
Do you maybe want to?
If you turn left,
Gas
it's
station.
one, yeah.
That was a restaurant one time.
Yeah.
I don't know if it was zoned to be.
And that's why it's
Yeah.
neighborhood commercial.
Because,
It's actually illegally, they have to have a business in it, but they don't have because it was just allowed for him to live there.
So do we want to change this from commercial to residential?
Yeah.
It's definitely more than just.
Is there like a mixed use definitions? Convenience still?
No, we
No.
don't have mixed use.
Residential, I guess moderate probably, because I don't think it's large enough of a lot to be low
Number
density.
16 changed to,
Changing that house that's zoned commercial to residential moderate on 16.
Is the community center shown as public?
Yep, community centers, public.
Okay.
Uh,
that interested.
That's the same.
Yeah, it's probably the same lot. I actually didn't check that. But number 17 is Town Hall and Fire Department is not zoned public.
It's not public, it's privately owned. Okay,
It's privately owned?
the old one?
No, the new
Oh,
one.
no, the new one. No, that is.
Where we're
that's
sitting
public.
right now.
Yeah, that's public. Definitely public.
Okay, so we should zone that public. Yeah, so 20 is actually the old library. And I have it appears to be state-owned, but it's in here as commercial.
It is state-owned. That whole strip over there is state-owned.
Building.
The old
And
library.
commercial's the only good use for that because just how the building,
Even though
Laid
it's
out.
owned by the state.
yeah.
All right.
Well, you could do park if you want to.
Well, we can leave it however. I don't
It
know.
was a gas station. It was built to be a
Yeah.
gas station.
Who owns it? Does the city own it now still?
The state owns
State.
it.
State owns it.
Stay up.
So
And I don't know
you-
who owns that
Yeah.
collapsed red building to the north of it, between that and Munchies. I don't know who owns that. I don't know if the state owns that or not, but I know they own the library, the old library building.
probably should be public, right? At least currently?
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, so we'll change that to public. So does anybody know why we choose public or recreation? Because like number 22 is just a random square of recreation in the middle of public. Like I walked over there and it's right around where there's these kitchens and picnic tables, but I don't know why sometimes Stephen Foster is.
Is that the food
Yeah.
mezzanine in the park?
Yeah, this is right before the entrance to Stephen Foster there on the left.
It's actually part of the park. It's where all the, when they have the folk festival, it's where all the folk.
All the
food
churches have to
Yeah.
serve food during
Yes.
festival.
The Indian fry bread, the
It could be public.
park though, isn't
If
it?
you want all of them to be public, because it is public.
Well, I mean, it's a weird inconsistency, and I don't like weird inconsistencies. Like you see, we've got
Yeah.
It's not,
all of.
it's not recreation. It's not that.
All right, so let's just change it to public, so it's like
I
the
think
rest
the
of the area.
recreation is like the trails and stuff.
That would make sense.
So 26, it's this little house across the street from the bathhouse, basically right next to the Swanee, next to those apartments, whatever they're called. It's marked as commercial.
And it-
Janet Moses owns that, they call it the Tea House.
Judith
Or
McClure.
Judith, I'm sorry,
Yeah.
Judith owns it.
And she's turned it into a house. It's been a house and it's been an antique store. That's when we've done most
Yeah,
of
it's been a
it.
bunch of different things.
But it's residential right now. And it's more suitable for residential because there's no parking.
All right, so do we want to turn that into, I guess, moderate density
Yeah.
residential? And also, right next door is the apartments. Is that fine being commercial? The apartments on the river?
Would it be multifamily? Resident, what did we do the multifamily?
We did medium
Let's think,
density.
Is it apartments or is it a motel?
It's apartments. It's
There.
like a weekly.
We're gonna call it apartments.
They're calling it the apartments on the river. I cannot tell you what they're incorporated as.
Depends on how they charge and tax it, I guess.
Right.
I'll make it.
So I literally wrote apartments or hotel marked as
It's
commercial.
Agam N LLC.
Oh. Well, yeah.
And that's the parcel number.
So I guess we probably need more research into what they're doing there then.
No, it's apartment. They put rooms together and made apartments.
Okay, so then medium density, like,
Yeah.
Do you have the definitions for those? Do you have them with you, the definitions for
on the old,
low, moderate?
on the old flume, which is what it appears to be based off of, low density is 2+ domestic units per acre, moderate density is 4+ DUs per acre, and medium is 8+ DUs per acre.
So somebody's gonna have to figure that out, probably to make sure it's accurate.
It's 0.84 acres.
Yeah.
That's the definitions.
Okay.
But we don't know how many domiciles are on there though.
Okay, thank you.
All right, so let's
So
research.
maybe
them.
just make a note that, for Clay and them to check on the acreage and unit numbers, figuring out the low, moderate, medium, and high.
So it's, I looked it up at the property appraiser site.
Oh, okay. So
Point
you've
eight.
already had these to look upon? Okay,
0.84 acres.
okay,
No, she just happened to look up one of the ones I flagged.
gotcha.
So next is 2829. That is right next to the the Telford. So that's basically part of the same property, except one half is labeled as commercial and the other half is ag. So the house, this is only as accurate as the county appraiser's website is, which I'm finding has flaws in it.
That's fine, yeah.
The property line is right against the edge of the house. So,
Weird. Does it really look like
The
that?
property appraiser maps are offset, they
Yes, they
indicate
are.
everything is off
About half a street.
by half a street. That's
Ah.
exactly it.
but when you look at 28 and 29, they're fenced in. It's fenced in the same area, but half of their property is ag and half their property is commercial.
Right.
Now, some of the properties are broken down by lots. So you can have 5 lots on one property.
Yeah, I think that was originally the caretaker's carriage house property for the Telford. That house is there, because it's on the same property. I mean,
No, it belongs to the,
it's-
it belongs to the Victorian house on the corner.
oh,
Yeah,
that's-
I actually met her at the 75th anniversary, and
Yeah.
she's looking to maybe do a bed and breakfast or something there. So do we want to keep it all commercial? Or do we want to reach out to her and be like, hey, what do you want? Before we pull the rug out from under you?
I think 29 is an easement that was bought for, so that there would be access to the spider every time after the bike. But that actually doesn't belong to Julie. The 2 pink ones, those belong to Julie, and they're both commercial.
Pink ones?
We don't have pink.
The pink around 29.
Yeah. See the little green?
29 itself is the easement.
These are both Julie's. This is an easement.
29's the 31.
It's a very large easement. So isn't this one the Telford though? The second red square? So it's her house,
Oh, you're
big
right.
thing ag, and then
Where's the easement?
Telford.
It shows the street that is not over there. Yes,
I-
you're right. 29 is the Telford. And they're owned by different people.
Well, 29's the second lot. The unmarked, I didn't mark it, red square next to 29 is the Telford. And I've come to find out walking down there that all these things I labeled as 31 are easements that don't exist. And some of them are even fenced off, so they're not exactly functioning very well as easements.
Those are streets that have never been put in, basically.
Yeah.
So that, so I understand the Telford's commercial, the little house next to it,
There's also.
Is also, and then there's a lot in between the Telford and the house next to it that is fenced into the 28's property that's that's zoned agriculture.
That should not be agricultural. That should just be commercial.
All right, zone 29 as,
All your 31s here, if you put a street through there, you'd have to have amphibious vehicles. Because it's in the flood zone.
goes underwater.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I was walking around there, and I went to go walk down one because I'm like, hey, there's an easement here. Let's see where it goes, and then it's just fenced off. I'm like, well, this is great. Glad these are all over our maps. So the next one is the Roberts house. It's across the street from the Telford. It's marked as commercial. Is that right?
Really?
Yes, that was a store. There's an antique store in the bottom, and then the piece, that another Janet Moses, she owned it. She had her antique store underneath, an art gallery, and then she lived above it. That's why it's commercial. It's residential right now.
Gotcha.
So do we want to change it to residential then?
I think it's gonna be commercial again. Cut the property, I don't know what they want to do to it.
And they'd have to do a site plan and all that to show us what they're doing. Yeah, that's probably a good idea.
And that's 30.
Is this?
That's
the
30.
Pink house?
It looks like a big
Marijuana
Victorian
farm.
or something.
Yeah.
2 big entrances.
Oh,
This thing.
oh,
She was the first woman on the top 10 FBI wanted list. It's a very good book.
She was a very lovely lady, and
I bet
she could
she
serve an
was.
excellent cup of tea in a formal manner.
you just don't know what was in there. What kind of
It's
tea?
just a poison
I
tea.
was awfully happy when I left her house.
Oh, I bet you were. I'm gonna look that up. That should be a fun read.
So residential low for 30, which would match the rest of the stuff around it, the lots that all appear to be the same size. The roads, I guess, just ignore them for now. The 31s,
Yeah.
they're apparently,
Non-existent roads.
How should they be represented on the map? Should they no longer be represented as roads? Or who owns that property? If
Well-
it's an easement, is it public property now?
it would be ours if
They're platted roads.
they're platted as roads.
I'm writing a grant application. The parks in 2005, the Big Shoals public lands, had a comprehensive plan in 2005, which was renewed in 2025, to have the woodpecker was built
Yeah.
part one by a excellent redheaded guy. But it included that the woodpecker part two, the extension, would extend through public lands to land the, what's called the Barnett Tract at the time, which Swanee River Water Management had, and then they gave it to the town, but only for conservation purposes. They couldn't use it, couldn't sell it or anything like that. It would then continue across 41 through Swanee River Water District lands, through the wetlands and floodplain, and come up at Weston Street. So that we would have a 10-mile trail from Weston Street, a block away from the state park essentially, to the other state park. And that was what they wanted to do, and that's what they still want to do, and I'm slowly working towards trying to find money to build that thing, because it's gonna have a lot of treks that, more so than the 3.6 miles that Woody did back in 2004. But that easement is critical. I mean, that's how we'll get out of the water district land up back to White Springs.
Oh. So we're looking at 31, like these.
Yeah, this street, this is Bridge, next one over is Wesson. So it's gonna come straight down into Wesson, into this green, which is all Swanee River, and come around that, and then up through here to, that is Sunshine? No, that's Sunshine.
I know Sunrise.
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 It'll come up by Sunrise through this is wetlands,
Okay.
and so it'll have to be raised. And then it will be the town owns this property here, and there is a old double track that would come up through it into the public lands, and then go over to reconnect with the old, with the current existing woodpecker trail.
So, yeah. So that would be currently owned by the public land, the easements right now?
Virtually all of it is public land.
Okay.
Big Shoals public lands have the first part, then the town of White Springs has the land that Water Management gave to them. The rest of it is water management up until going up the hill, which would be the Weston Street easement. There is one point where 4 properties meet at a point, and 2 of the properties are owned by Water Management, but there are private properties coming in, so we need to get an easement of 5 feet.
Interesting.
And I know who those, I have it written down in my document, in my documents, but if you can get that, if we can find $1 million for somebody else has to pay. But hopefully we will be able to have that. It'll be a combination of Trex boardwalk and paved trail, exactly like the Woodpecker Trail was back in '04. And we'll carry on Woody's legacy.
Make it flood-proof. Because it's a pond behind my house.
We're below your property, we're the.
Uh-huh, I know.
And say put in some what are those called, pontoons? You know, they
Yeah.
float across.
Well, that's one of the reasons to do the Trex, because one section still has water. So it'll have to be elevated all the way of that. There's another section which currently is dry, but boy, is it wet a lot, and it's right behind your house.
Exactly. We have a swamp back there, yeah,
Yeah.
on our property. Down the hill. All right, where are we now?
We're on 32. It's the post office. It's marked commercial, not public.
Should be public.
So should that be public?
Yeah.
And right across the street is the Amogli Oakley Park, and it's not marked as recreation. In fact, I can't even really find the plot for it on.
It was free form.
It was what?
Free form.
Yeah, they kind of just threw it in there.
Yeah, it's part of the old, it was part of the old town hall there, the brick building. And the fire department.
Do we want to mark that as recreation?
Yeah. Park. It's the one right behind the front old fire station.
Yeah. The little tiny park.
I
So,
would imagine for taxing purposes, that designating what is public and what isn't should be a priority, right? You know,
Yeah.
so that they know you're not taxing public land, obviously.
yeah.
So I wonder how they're handling that in the tax office. With
I've been wondering
the
that too, because I
appraiser's office.
found a lot of weird stuff.
Yeah, that's,
We're about to get to one right now.
okay.
Number 39, which you will notice there are 5 lots marked 39. That is all privately held now land that is marked public. That's the old school and associated properties.
That should be marked commercial, I think. That should not be people living in there.
Has the purchaser expressed his intent of what he's trying to do with that property?
Possibly a used car lot.
Okay.
He lives,
He
he
lives in
lives,
They're living in the back.
he lives in the old kindergarten center.
I have never met him, so I don't know what he's doing with it.
There's been several stories. They wanted to put a trailer, camping trailer park behind it, but that's all wetlands back there. They can't do that. He's cleared all the trees off around it. At the time, it would have been logical for the town to buy it, but that didn't happen. But
We didn't have the money.
What's the likelihood of some level of government getting that back, whether it's county or school board or city? Is that something that's feasible,
It sold for,
realistic?
he bought it for $400,000. And the person who bought it from the school, I think they paid 70. But he's got $400,000 in it, which is still reasonable for all of that land.
He's got his 400,000 out of it.
Yeah.
The land, the timber, yeah.
But that really ought to be, Route 41 ought to be commercial. I don't know about a car lot, but
I think it should go into the town as a city asset, town asset, even if we don't possess it, for utilization in the future for something. And I know there's some.
Because it's actually historic, probably.
It is.
It is.
So long.
Yeah, we got a historic grant to do the roof and the windows.
But in the meantime, yeah, tax, he has to be accountable for the taxes on it.
Right.
But
I mentioned his intent just in case there was some discussion when he was purchasing it about what it was going to be rezoned or something like that, and just in case that was part of some deal that we don't know about, because he purchased it from the county, right?
Well, no, it was originally purchased from the county.
County, right. and
The
then-
guy that's got it now purchased it from the original purchaser from the school board.
On eBay.
Is it on eBay? On eBay, okay.
There's a bunch
But
of old
the one who
schools.
originally purchased it from the school board was the one who wanted to do the campground thing.
Right.
That all fell apart, and he sold it to this new guy who's now living in the back.
Right, gotcha.
Still in the-
Part-time.
Part-time,
He
yeah.
comes
they-
up here sometimes.
Maybe it should be commercial. I mean, he definitely should be paying taxes.
He
I
is.
think we should
He
probably,
pays big taxes.
I just don't understand how the county's accounting, you know what I mean? Like,
we should definitely check on that, because
He
Right.
definitely pays taxes. I can show you.
you know,
It was
is
the
the
school-
county
it was the
just?
school board, not the county. Remember, it was the school board that did it initially.
Not
But the
Hamilton
school
County.
board is under the county technically, right?
Mm,
Yeah.
They kind
They're
of
a
do
separate
it.
body.
Separate body,
governing body.
but the county is doing the property appraisal.
Yes.
And if it's designated as public in their records, or are they just going in and just changing it?
I don't know why they.
They
I
just
don't-
haven't changed it.
I haven't gone to any of them yet, but there's basically lots that don't have any ownership in the system online.
Yes. Some of those have been fixed, but some are just hanging out there, nobody knows who they own, who owns them. I talked to the property appraiser about it, he said that they just kind of somebody's using the land, and they assign a value, and that person pays taxes on that value, and then eventually they get the land or something. I don't know how that works at the end.
Adverse possession.
Maybe, yes.
So somebody's gonna adversely possess like 25 acres in the north of town.
Seven Sun Holding LLC.
So I think we probably gotta do more than just everything they own as commercial, because then we're gonna end up with commercial property south of the ball fields and east of the ball fields.
Right.
And then you're gonna end up shoving commercial property literally behind these people's houses.
Right.
So like where the school itself is, and then under that could be commercial, residential on 39, and then rural or something for the ones by the ball field, or agriculture, I mean.
The reason that nobody can use it is because the buildings straddle more than one parcel. And they would have to be surveyed out, replatted. It's a really complicated thing. The school board owned all of it, so they didn't pay any attention to where the lot lines were. They just built where they wanted to. And a lot of times just on the high ground.
And how many parcels are there?
Do they own that ag parcel too in the middle? I didn't look.
3,
I don't think that's environmentally sensitive.
5,
Ag is darker green.
6.
Oh,
There's like a wetland in there. Here's, just show you someone
About
else.
7
on the-
parcels.
It might be labeled different depending on what.
That's
Okay.
one parcel.
all right, well, that's good then. I was afraid.
He's paying tax. All right, where are we? 40?
Well, I don't think we settled 39.
39, Old Elementary.
Probably what the different plots are gonna, or the plats are gonna need different designations. It
And
sounds
you're
like
gonna-
that's what you're saying.
And you're gonna split the buildings with that.
Yeah.
No, we can't do that, obviously, so then,
So that's the problem.
are we looking at commercial for these three that are grouped together? But then we're gonna end up with somebody putting a business behind somebody else's house.
map, these two that aren't marked, what are these two between the 31 and the 39? Because they're marked as public currently as well. Is that also owned?
That's,
Water management.
yeah, Suwannee
Okay,
Water
yeah.
Management.
It's weird how they have this.
They own the one that's south of the ball fields. They own kind of the eastern half of where the ball fields are. They own the 3 that are where the school itself are.
And the L-shaped around the
Yeah.
Summit property.
Now, the ones south of River Street, no, they don't own those. Water management owns those.
So the L-shaped plot, are you saying that should probably be residential since it's, on the same block?
But there's a nice house in front of it, yeah. Well, there's part of the building on that too.
So can
Right,
we
it's got
split?
commercial there next to it, right?
Yeah.
So can you split a lot?
It's got commercial.
Can half the lot be commercial and half the lot be,
I don't think so.
I think you can divide it into 2 separate parcels. though.
Right.
yeah, we'd have to
Zoning.
subdivide it.
Yeah.
Subdivide, yeah.
Okay, well, I think we probably need to maybe table that for now.
I wonder if you would be willing to part with the old gym, keep the school and that, and part with that if it's on an actual split lot.
You see, it straddles.
It straddles 2 lots, so
It
yeah.
straddles 4 lots.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Yes, 4 lots.
Oh. Handle that, that's gonna be
See how exciting that is?
So, but they don't own this one. There's
Yeah,
one-
they
oh, they
do.
do? They have the environmentally sensitive area too? Oh. Well, we probably can't change that one's
Like
designation.
I said, I think that's what put a stop to the, if I'm remembering right, what put a stop to the trailer park idea was the environmentally sensitive land.
Yes.
Just behind it.
They even surveyed it out and said,
Yeah,
now what do we do?
All right, so I'll talk to Clay and then maybe we can come back to that and see the best way. Like the ones in the west should probably just be agriculture, but I don't know what to do with the ones where the school itself is. Because that is just a whole mess. All
Yeah.
right. So next is 47. It's across, well, it's not quite across from the Dollar General, but there's a small house there on that land that is marked as commercial. Just as far as I can tell, a little house. So it's, I guess, across from the church. No, not across from the church. Black
That's,
Bay is across from the church. So
Residential is cost on the Dollar General.
yeah, so should that be changed to residential?
Oh, I see. Oh, strip, yeah.
Yeah, right
There used to be
under.
a florist there, that's why. That
Yeah,
little
that little bitty house.
was a florist.
Yeah, there was a florist there when I came here.
Yeah, that was commercial, but they just, people moved in it.
So change that to residential.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, that whole area looks like it should be medium density, though. Like that whole block looks like it should be on moderate density, maybe. Like that's definitely not low density for where 47 is. So I'll put moderate density for now and I'll look up to see what the actual density is there.
It's a small lot.
Well, I mean that whole area. Like you
Oh,
see all these lots. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 lots
Yeah.
in a couple of acres.
that might need to be high density then. How many acres is, how many lots, how many dwellings to an acre is high density?
Medium density is 8. I don't have a reference for high density. So this is from the old one.
So acreage, that, yeah, that'll cover that.
All right, so medium density then. So 49 is Willie Guy Turner Park. On the county appraiser website, it says that it's owned by the town of White Springs, but it doesn't show up in White Springs zoning. Like the county still calls it part of the county.
It may not have been annexed. Wait a minute, I think it was annexed.
But it's,
It was annexed at one point. Because we did zoning on it. Within the town limits of White Springs, 0704. So by 07 it was annexed. It may not, the county may, property appraiser may not know, but sometimes we did not report to people. In fact, a whole lot of times.
all right, so we might want to let them know then. Let's see, now I've got 51, and this is, I suppose, more from my education than anything. Why is there a giant unincorporated area to the southeast of our town? Like it's landlocked by White Springs. It's not abutting the county. Why is this not part of the town of White Springs?
We annexed the state right-of-way and north. We did not do the 51, we did 50, and that was because we wanted the Wayside Park. We went down 41, and then see the little red there with the Wayside Park?
Yeah. The boat launch.
The boat launch, yes. We did that, and then the stuff north of it. But we did not, 51, the people in there did not want to be annexed.
That's the Carters,
The Carters and the
and
D's.
the old gas station,
The D's, the old
That's it.
Stuckies,
the old Stuckies, yeah.
yeah. Yeah, they said absolutely not. And we were in a hurry to get the Wayside Park done.
Okay.
And River Water Management. Have a-
Well, this isn't the hill I'm going to die on, and I'm not going to push this for now. 53.
Looking at getting it potentially annexed back. Is that what you're
Well, I was
contemplating in
just,
your mind?
I didn't know the history there, because I know that this town has had a history of the people with money kind of just doing whatever they want. In ways, so I didn't know if that's what happened, or if we just annexed around them and now they're just an island and it's our fault and we did something dumb, or if this is just another case of, somebody with money's like, hey, I'm no longer part of your town because I don't want to pay taxes. So
Right.
I was just curious as to what the history was. If in 5 years we want to look at annexing them, maybe they'll think it's a good idea to be annexed. I don't know. But it did strike me as weird.
Okay.
That's all for
The
now.
water sewer situation out there, you'd have to do a lot of work.
We have to do a lot of work everywhere for the water sewer situation.
Which is, yeah, you gotta choose your battles.
2 lots. So number 53, this is over by Stephen Foster. So the north entrance. 53, those are both owned by Stephen Foster, but they're marked as residential property.
Is that where the residences
So they
are?
Ranger housing?
I
I
think
think
so.
they are.
I don't know. I just know that on the map they were owned by
Yeah,
Stephen
there's
Foster.
several Ranger houses out there in that area.
That's what that is.
So do we want to just leave it residential then?
Yeah.
Well, confirm that it is Ranger housing. But
And there's 2 cabins down there too, or 3, I don't know how many. Is it 3? Cabins for now?
So number 55, this is up by the gas station that's across the street from the self-storage. across the railroad tracks. It's a large piece of property that has no records in the county appraiser.
By nobody. And that's been for a long time, and nobody knows how to figure that out.
So no one owns it and nobody knows who owns it. That's surprisingly the most surprising and least surprising thing I've ever heard
Right.
at the same time.
It's a delightful place, let me tell you.
Number 56, it's right next to the unknown lot, and the town of White Springs owns it, but it's not on the map as public.
It's just a lot, empty lot.
I don't know what's there. This is my going through Google Maps
Gotcha.
era.
Might be the old dump. There's an old dump somewhere out there.
Could be, well, should be changed to public at least.
Yeah.
So number 60, this is just south of the water management place. So maybe we can just leave it as it is, but it's an area with 2 domestic units per acre, and it's in there as agriculture. So it's a bunch of lots that are about between 0.48 and 0.6 with houses on them.
What's that street in front of it? Well, it should be medium density or high density.
Some change it to moderate density.
Although it can be agriculture with 2 per acre.
With 2 per acre.
No, it has to have an acre. So that, it can't even be ag.
Does agricultural allow for some housing on?
Absolutely.
Mhm.
Yeah.
1 house per acre.
This area has 2 per acre.
Yeah, it's a bunch of half-acre lots. Some that are listed as 0.48 acres, so they don't even technically are, they're not even technically half-acre lots. Next, we have 62, which is right over the trailer park. That area is made up of 0.1 to 0.2 acre lots, but it's in there as low density.
They're that small.
A lot of that swamp.
So change that to high or to medium? I guess high, right? Because medium's 8, and if it's 8.1 acres aren't big enough. And the same thing with area 66. Is it 66 or 63? Well, 63 has the same problem too.
Yeah,
And
there's a lot of-
66 and 67. Pretty much.
A lot of that was sort of informally subdivided.
Well, we have the results now though. So do we want to move 63 and 66 to medium density or high density?
Sure.
Which one are you taking?
So basically across from the Dollar General. So you go across the Dollar General to the right. There's just a lot, a lot of small lots there.
Yeah.
We have it in here as medium dense, as low density. So pretty much none of this area is really
Right.
functioning correctly.
We're
S-
gonna go with medium, or high.
I think we put high.
Yeah.
Next we got 67. There's this very weirdly shaped, if you look at the papers at the end, there's no records for this lot in the county appraiser, and it's this kind of serpentine lot that goes between a bunch of other lots.
Us.
So I guess no one
And
knows.
record of ownership.
It has no record of ownership in,
But there are people that use it.
yeah, well, we gotta figure that out, because somebody should be paying taxes on it if they own it.
They do it like that.
That seems like a lot of land, right? I mean, the way it stretches out like that?
Yeah, I don't,
Corner piece is 67.
it's probably an acre.
Everything that's in red,
Wow.
right? And within the red lines?
Yeah, I mean, there's half a house in there, plus a little bit of whatever this house is.
Streets, part of it's streets. It's supposed to be streets.
I wonder if there's any way for the surrounding properties to take on that land? Because, I mean, what would somebody do if they bought that land? Would they be able to build on it? Yeah. See, that looks kind of crazy.
I actually think somebody did buy that. Look.
It might be worth looking at, seeing if some of the surrounding property could make sense if it's resectioned off to be another.
You looked at property appraisers and it had no ownership.
Yeah, that's where
Right
it's
here.
from.
Here it is.
Oh, okay.
Because who's gonna,
Part of that is streets. The two, those linear pieces are, it's right of ways where people go to their homes.
Yeah, it's more like a windy.
But then there's also land that is just there.
It's where that, used to be a jig joint, there's one that burned down. Kind
Right.
of go around it, there's a church.
Right.
You gotta go between, then there's parts of it, not even an easement, it's just between two properties.
Right.
so maybe there's a way to see if some of the surrounding properties would take on that land, like if it's I don't know what you call it. I can't think
Adjoining?
right now. Yeah, like the lines are redrawn,
Mhm.
and at least that way you've got the acreage going in to the tax rolls. Because it doesn't look like something someone would buy, although I don't know who they would buy it from.
That would be the problem. You'd have to go back and do the research on the, after advertising, so you, because a lot of these properties, family members have died off and they just
Yeah.
lost track of who owned it.
Right.
And the county,
But what would you use it for?
Yeah.
For anything.
they just have to add it to
Charging
their
people
property.
Right,
What?
exactly.
But they have the,
Taxing it. That's
No,
what
you can
would
add
use
to
it
somebody's
for.
property, yeah, you can,
Yeah,
but
join the lots together if you can find the owners of it.
the
Right.
research has been done through the county records. I mean, they have diligently, several times gone, just deep dived into the records.
Can't find it.
Cannot find anything. They asked me to watch out when I was doing my book and doing research. If you see any of these things,
Right.
bring it to
right.
me, please.
Well, like some of the right of ways, if people are using them, it would make sense for them to,
These streets.
yeah, be streets or at least part of their property. Because if someone bought it and then what, they would maybe be landlocked almost or something? I don't know.
Well, that one long piece, I mean, there's several properties adjoining that, so.
Yeah.
Yeah, probably already people using it for stuff, they just,
Yeah.
And you'd
they're not
actually
paying taxes on it.
Right.
actually do a survey of things, like my son's house over here, the driveway to the north that goes back to Terry Bass's house, his property line is right in the middle of that driveway. And it's never been deeded as a road, it's never been, the town's never,
I think that's the word I was kind of
there's
looking, like
all kinds of goofy
resurveyed
things like
for
that.
the lots and re-divide them up or something.
Yeah,
It might
there's-
be something worth looking at. Once we determine if nobody owns it, then I guess.
That was just an informal pass-through there,
I-
so.
But in legalese, informal pass-throughs,
Right,
Yeah.
I have a question. Just for those of you that may know historically, has there ever been an effort by municipality to kind of reset the land, the lot, layout? Is that any recollection of any city ever doing that? Kind of.
I don't know that you can if you've got a legal description for the lot that's been surveyed, I don't think you can.
I mean, if you got something like this,
The parcels are set.
That's an attorney, I don't know, I mean, you know, because you're gonna have a legal, somewhere it's got a legal description of what that lot is.
Right.
Yeah,
And,
and you might look at the other properties around it and see.
Yeah.
They did, yeah.
Yeah, I think there's a way to, the biggest thing is who owns this property and having the research done there and then see how, if it's something that the town can, or even the county, or somebody, government entity can obtain and then resurvey to see if the, you know, adjacent property owners wanna,
Give it back to them.
maybe take
Right.
it under eminent domain for the town, I mean, there's, you know,
right,
I don't know.
something.
I'll be honest, I own that lot over here on Collins Street. Then you have Thomas People. And then on the other side, there's a dead end street, no access from there. Then there's a railroad track, a creek. There's about a quarter of an acre that I own that's over. I can't even get to it. No one can. I'm paying taxes there.
Helicopter.
And I said, hey, Tom, you want it, you can have it. And so it would cost him more to get it
Yeah.
surveyed and all that, then it's even worth it.
And maybe that's where, I mean,
Or
that's
is it
the
down
type
at
of
Creek-
stuff planners
is it
are
down at
supposed
Creek
to
bottom?
do,
Is that where
right?
it's at?
It's on
You
the
know,
other
so
side of the
maybe
creek.
we can
Other side
have
of the creek, yeah.
Clay and them look at how, you know, I think they could probably figure out some of this, right? And even like where a road should go, or something of that nature. I mean,
Yeah.
there should be a way to somehow.
Because like
get
some
to
of
a
these roads,
property.
like Deer Run over here on the,
Mhm.
next to Karen's house,
Yeah.
Right.
it's actually documented in town records.
Mhm.
This driveway is not. And in Florida, you can't sell landlocked property. You know, it's, you gotta have an easement somewhere.
You have to have
And
an
there's no deed of easement.
Yeah, so, I mean, some of this stuff is probably a bigger project than
Yeah.
maybe this, but I think those things need to get under control.
But if the town owns the adjacent lot, 68, you know, like I said, maybe, you know, and if there's street on that land, you know, maybe try to take it under eminent domain if we have no owner.
Mm-hmm.
Something like that, but that's a legal beagle question.
Yes, look, I'm circling tons of legal questions here. I'm circling tons of them. Yes, yes, yes.
You're so good.
Now, the problem is there's a bunch of property between this lot and 68. But speaking of 68, that is town land and it's in here as residential. It's basically just big old open field.
Yeah, that needs to be changed.
68?
Here, right here.
Public.
Is that the old car? That's not the old car, is it?
I think
Oh, that's old Carver, yeah.
69's Carver,
Yeah,
I
and it's
think.
not in the city.
68 is too.
68 is Carver too. It's in the
The ball
town,
field.
yeah.
And the city owns that, not school board?
School
City got
board
it from
deeded
City
it.
owns it.
Yeah, okay.
School board deeded it. The 60, there's two pieces of property there at Carver. 68 is owned by the town and it is in the town limits. 69 is owned by the town. It is not in the city limits.
Is
Yeah.
that an unincorporated area
Yes.
Yeah.
We had
So-
all the paperwork
to annex it?
to annex it. All the paperwork was done and then Stacy Tebow left and nothing was done.
Yeah, see, another thing to make a note of.
Um,
That land should be annexed.
That packet's probably well, I have no
I
idea.
guess
Maybe
It
it's
might be in
not.
somebody's computer.
Speaking
Well,
of
71 too.
property, yeah, there's 100 acres on 71 owned by
Yeah.
White Springs.
That's the land.
That's the land water management gave the town
Yes.
for,
The Barnett track.
Okay, so probably there's been more than one I think I've looked at.
The issue with 71 though, is that'll completely lock in the guy that owns whatever this property here is, because it's all owned by one person. So we would have to annex him too.
what are you talking about, 50?
I didn't number it, but 71 basically comes up like this.
Then part of 69 also goes out to all the way to
And then-
Route 135.
This is here like this, so there's some guy that owns all of this in here,
Oh, okay.
that he would be landlocked as
I think that's Barnett.
an island, so we would have to annex him also.
Okay,
So we couldn't just annex 71. We would have to annex the people that are between 71 and White Springs.
I think that's timber.
I don't recall seeing anything on the property, but I
I
also
think it's just
didn't,
covered, yeah.
Yeah.
In White Springs, we do annex things that are landlocked. We just
Things to annex, it was, you
draw
couldn't
the
sell.
lines where we want them.
well, they have to agree to it.
Well, yeah.
Although the problem is, we might own so much land there that the town of White Springs property might be more than 50% of the vote for getting annexed there. We'd have to do the math. What else I got here? So we did 69, 70. Another small piece of property. So the triangle and then right under the triangle, if you look at 70, has no record in the county appraiser of who owns that.
Yeah. Do we own it?
We don't. Well, I mean, we're not listed as the owners. I don't know who owns it.
Do we own it?
I have to see all these that aren't owned by someone. Finish one big task, get another one.
And then 72, which is right behind the old library, also has no owner in the county records.
72 behind the.
The old
Does anybody
library.
know where Cmte's house is? Because isn't that in an unincorporated area?
Yeah,
Because I've heard there's some interest in having that area annexed.
I've heard that too.
I don't know where she lives.
You know, on like the map here, how, I don't know where it would be.
Like on, yeah, it's, like right up in here.
You talking about the lot right behind the old library on the curve over here on 41?
Yeah, the old library. So right here,
Yeah, the
72,
old gas station, okay.
right behind it. It's not in the system as having an owner.
That's not part of the park?
I mean, it might be. It's just not in
Yeah,
the
but
county
it's
appraiser.
part of the park.
I think it is part of the park.
So that should be redone to public then if it's part of the park.
We could ask the park manager to look at his deed.
And last, and maybe least, right over the hardware store, number 73, there's a bunch of commercial property, but it's all houses. It's houses and empty lots.
Yeah, that is supposed to be neighborhood commercial. We rezoned all of that to neighborhood commercial because at the time, there was a lot of interest in putting small businesses in those, like antique stores, an art gallery, like a boutique. There was interest at the time, and we accommodated that. I think I was on the council at the time.
So do we just want to leave it commercial?
Yeah, because the one house has been torn down completely, it's over there off.
A lot of that's, yeah, tear downs sitting on lots
I
and
think
empty
the thing
lots.
with neighborhood commercial, you can live in it or have a business of, like that's a mixed use kind of thing Ivan was talking about, neighborhood commercial.
I'd have to view the zoning atlas. All right, so leave it.
What number is that?
73.
73.
73? Okay. Okay, got it.
I didn't label it on here, but somewhere I saw it when I was driving around looking at to go look at the Carver School actually. CR 135 in Mill Street. There's a business there that does engine repair. Do we want to zone that commercial or just leave it?
Where's that at?
135 and Mill Street.
Okay, I know what you're talking about, yeah. The guy that's got the kind of barn looking thing on the left-hand side.
It's got a whole bunch of big trucks in front of it right now.
Yeah.
That was a logging company, and then Randy Ogburn, that was our county commissioner, that was his headquarters for his logging business.
What is its own residential?
I believe so. I can't.
If they're still running a business out there, on its own commercial.
It's always been commercial, there's not a house there. So there's a couple of different designations for commercial.
It's noted as commercial.
Yeah.
I noticed you skipped around. Did you already figure out some of the others? Is that why you skipped some numbers?
So I was walking around town, and I didn't really know what was going to be important and not important. So I was
So you
kind of
just
just
put
writing everything down. And I decided after I got done doing 3.5 hours of walking around to, that, you know, a lot of it wasn't important.
Yeah, I got it.
And I figured it'd be more work for me to back all that stuff out and renumber everything and redo the map than it would be to just leave it. So I just left it and then I didn't reference it later.
Okay. Well, it helps orient us, so that's good.
Yeah, some of it's probably its own correct. You know, a lot of it's probably its own correct.
Yep.
That's the end of my portion.
There's really not part of land, I guess, land use committee, but there are some pending zoning change applications, I understand, for some trailers to go and buy the trailer park over there. Does anybody know about that?
They submitted, well, they have not, as of our last regular council meeting, submitted an application yet for it. So it's not out yet.
Because
Unless
I
they've done
really,
it much.
I really think that the town needs to oppose any new structure development like that until we get a viable fire department. We are asking for a huge mess if we don't solve that problem soon. Because you heard Steve Stitt at the last meeting, he doesn't have any people, he's not recruiting any people, doesn't have any volunteers, so we're basically on our own, other than the county, and nowhere. So, I think that's a huge issue down, especially before our ISO rating is changed when they come into inspection.
It can't change it
More than 10 now.
I know as it can be.
I just think
Robert,
that's,
at that meeting, didn't the county ISO rating, wasn't it higher than White Springs?
We were a 7 or
Right.
something, and they were a
Right.
10.
yeah, but they haven't come in and check, you know, they can come in and inspect any time, you know, and
Right.
they can change.
But I want to say the county was higher, right? At least that's what they said.
I think they're around that, but I don't
was a
think at
little
the
higher.
time, I don't think the county had a paid fire department either. You know, now they do have a paid fire department in Jasper, but ISO is a weird structure. Then you gotta do it in 5 miles of a paid fire station, you know, and all that, and that, but it would really save people in the town a lot of money on fire insurance if we had the county come in and do the fire department, have at least 2 firefighters here in town, because the way ISO works, is it's all in the county. They count every fire station in the county and every staffed fire station as part of that ISO rating. So it wouldn't be just the 2 guys here, it would be, you know, volunteers, it would be
Right.
the fire department in Jasper, the fire department, county fire department in Jasper. So I mean, I just think that's, we got a lot of wooden structures in this town, and a lot of them built off fat line of wood. I just think it's just a matter of time before we have something bad happen.
If I,
Right.
if I
We've been
put,
lucky.
yeah, if I put my other hat on, then owner of a commercial property and just residential. And for people that owe mortgages and have required insurance on that, it's crushing. Insurance in Florida is already bad enough.
Yeah, it's really
I mean,
bad.
I not to put my business out there, but personally, my insurance is double every year. I'm talking exponentially double every year. 2 times 2, 4 to 8 to 16.
It is crushing.
Every
Florida
It is.
isn't failing to do, anything about it.
It's hard to do business in West Spring.
well, we can help ourselves in White Springs a little bit.
Yeah,
Some of that.
at least with fire, you can help yourself with the, you get the fire hydrants certified, get those tested and pressure certified, because they're supposed to be painted different. I'm not a fire guy, they're supposed to be painted different colors based on the pressure they can pump and all that, so you don't hook an engine to it and start sucking water and collapse lines.
Right.
But with that, with a paid fire, even 2 guys, because at least, I know when my son was volunteer with White Springs, when the old Stormont's, the diner caught on fire, we'd have lost 3 or 4 buildings over there. If he had just one guy showed up with a fire truck, turn a nozzle on the water, and and let it run. They would, until everybody else got here. They would, there's a lot of things that we're gonna have, sooner or later we're gonna have a bad fire.
It's like going back. It's not just that. You go from $3,000 to $6,000 to $12,000, $20,000 a year for building insurance in that short period of time.
Yeah, I hear you.
Yeah, it's crushing.
So,
Well, we're ready, as a town, we're ready for the county to come in. We've drafted our proposal. That was based on what they told us they could do, in informal conversations. After we had that meeting in Jasper, I talked to the fire chief, and that's why I drew up the agreement that I did. I don't know.
Have we gotten past?
I just know the town cannot afford a paid fire department, and having the way we're structured, or we're structured, until these guys left, having people here with no schedule, one guy, sometimes they're here, sometimes they're not, that
Right.
is not gonna cut it.
Well, the Director County Fire Service has testified in front of the state legislature, at least in Ways and Means Committee, he testified that they are currently budgeted to take in White Springs without any additional.
Yeah.
He testified that.
He sure did.
Yeah, he sure
And
did.
he said the county was prepared to take on White
So,
Springs. And we're, offering a fantastic deal.
yeah, we gotten over the hump, and I don't want to get too detailed about what the hump is in White Springs, where they are even willing to talk about it, because you talk to anybody from the county, they'll give all these, look, I'm not talking this, I don't want to bring this up, we're not going to talk about fire, we're only talking MTs, because there's this uneasiness in the room. Have we gotten past that?
Not that I don't, well, all I know is from the last meeting with last week and the update that we got there, which is EMS would probably come in first, but EMS was supposed to start months ago.
Yeah. Well, there's some kind of tension between the county fire services and some part of the city, where the county don't want to even address it.
Well, not to put too fine a point on it, they screwed up the surtax and there's no money in the budget
Right.
for anything. So
Right.
we just signed over a huge tax break for no reason, basically, and they've got no incentive. So I'm hoping I'm wrong. I don't want to re-adjudicate this again where I had my say.
Yes, you did.
I
And I
just,
understood exactly what you were
It
saying.
might take 20 or 30 of us to go up to county commission meetings and
Yes.
sit there with our eyeballs looking at them and
You
say,
gotta
we
start
need
doing
fire
that."
coverage. I
Yes.
pay taxes like everybody else in the county.
And we turned over our money to the county. Like it or not.
We pay county taxes.
Mm-hmm. And the thing is that, they're still obligated.
Yes, they
They're
are.
still
They are.
obligated because you guys are paying taxes.
But
Yes.
with a fat ladder house, if they start to burn,
Yeah.
by the time they get it from Jasper,
Well, what
They're
I'm
on the
saying
ground.
is the citizens need to demand that they have the same coverage as Jasper or anywhere else.
Exactly.
Because they are still legally responsible for White Springs. White
And it's
Springs
gonna
isn't
take-
like cut out just because it's incorporated.
I've
They're still
seen where you
responsible
could,
for the county.
one person would hammer for 3 years at something and then 30 or 40 people show up and look at them and go, why aren't you doing so-and-so?
I think you guys need to crowd the room.
I think so too.
And that was kind of, and I know it was controversial with the police, but they're still obligated to provide law enforcement.
Absolutely.
And for you guys to be paid
Well,
twice just isn't fair.
the thing is, in my former career, with the sheriff's office down in the Keys, I was the commander of a contract city. And the only thing, the thing it really does, it's twofold. It relieves the city of a lot of liability, because you have the liability of a bad shooting or something, God forbid, happened, a car crash or whatever. It's on the sheriff's office. The other thing is, you don't have employee obligations. If you have an officer in your town that you don't like, he's not getting along with public, you go to the sheriff and say, hey, I want him transferred out, and they bring somebody else in.
Yeah.
That solved a lot of issues doing
Right.
that. The big thing is you have the economy of scale, you know, with a bigger agency, you know, it takes at least working the 24-hour or 12-hour shifts. It takes at least 7 officers to cover 24/7. Okay, that's what it takes.
Yeah.
And you know, you have 3, you're going to have gaps in coverage that the sheriff is going to be obligated to cover. Now, what you don't have now with the sheriff, which he's doing, you know, I think the man's doing a great job. He's got a lot of great ideas, but he doesn't commit to having somebody here 24/7 in town. But they're here a lot more than they used to be. I can tell you that.
Yeah.
So you know that's a big help. But you know those are some of the things you got to look at. But like I said, fire protection is kind of different because you've got to have trained people here. And if you look at the way it's going around the country, and a big part of this, and I'll throw them under the bus, is the fire unions. They want every department to be paid. They don't want volunteer firefighters.
Right.
And a fire one, contrary to what the former city manager used to say, a volunteer firefighter who's certified as a fire one can do everything a certified fire two can do, except go into the actual house, structure, building, whatever, unless there's a fire two on scene.
Exactly.
Okay, if fire two's on scene, they can do everything a regular firefighter can do. And, you know, we had a viable fire department. Prior administration basically ran them all off. You know, they got a beef with the chief, and it, you know, pissed everybody off, and it, you here or there, but that's what happened. You know, they might want to admit that, but that's what happened.
Right.
And then Memorial Day weekend, Vanessa locked them out of the station. So, you know, the volunteers, so. But we gotta have fire protection in town.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just, it's nuts not to have something.
And at the end of the day, that's still on the county.
Yeah.
And what we're
it is on
offering
the county.
is a
But-
cherry on top to
Yeah.
make it easier. The station, the truck, the insurance, you know, even cold hard cash. And so we're prepared to help them fulfill their obligation, but at
But
the
I've
end of the day,
talked to,
you gotta pressure them and say, this is your obligation.
yeah, I've talked to our county, representative. I've talked to the chair of the board. We can't seem to figure out where the stumbling block is.
Yeah,
Nobody was willing to admit to say, this is the stumbling block. This is the issue.
right.
Except I don't want to do it.
Well, they haven't even said they don't want to do it. They just,
Well,
it's just.
that's,
I can't imagine it's.
I know where it's at. I know where it's at.
Right.
I know where it's
can't
at.
imagine anybody in the town being
Yeah.
the person who's stopping it, since that is
I-
like a real priority
know.
for everybody
I don't
that's
know.
currently with the town.
I don't know where
You
the
don't wanna do
downfall
it.
is, but.
We even drafted the agreement. I mean, like, we
Yeah.
put everything in their hands.
Yeah, I don't know where but actually getting to a meeting to vote, nobody seems to be willing to say, you know, this person's stopping it, or that person's stopping it, or we just can't get it together, or whatever. I don't know what the problem
We
is.
need to flood the room.
Yeah, it's on the county side.
But it's gonna, eventually, like I said, something bad's gonna happen.
Yeah.
It's just a matter of time.
What you do is you
Right.
demand that they do what they're obligated to do, what your tax dollars are for.
Yeah.
And then say, and we're here trying to help you out, and you're still not.
I think that's a way to do it, but I think demand is a strong word. We get them to do.
Well, I like demand. I'm sorry.
Obligated is a much better word. You're
Obligated is good, yeah.
Obligated to protect the town.
Yeah.
Because it is.
No, I would be the person saying.
The other thing that I just wanted to bring up, because everybody here's got to do with land use. I did what Robert did. I just did it in a car and walked into town, but I drove every street in the town. I counted 25 what they call abandoned open structures. That's houses with no doors, no windows that are abandoned. That it's a code violation. I'm going to document it. And I'm going to give it to Lee where they're all at.
Yeah.
But I think we need to, you know, I mean, we still, the house over on Mill Street where the guys, you know, the abandoned junkyard over there, you know, they're getting fined $250 a day, I think it is.
We're
For
gonna
that.
foreclose on
I mean, it's gonna
it.
have to foreclose.
Yeah.
That's probably what's gonna have to with a lot of these other lots is, you
Yeah.
know, tell the people either tear the structure down and remove it, or, we're gonna start fighting you and go after
Yeah.
them.
What we have to do first is
Or
get
secure
the
the
county
structure,
to, and we've drafted a resolution for that, but the county to turn over the rights to us and then we can foreclose.
Mhm.
But I had to get by that audit general response.
Mm.
That thing.
Priority number one.
Right, so I can tell you right
That
now,
was- that's
there's three trailers over on
Sunrise.
Sunrise.
Is it Sunrise?
Mill, Sunrise.
There's three trailers over there, the next street past Dollar General to the left. You
Sunrise.
got the burned up house, then you got three trailers, have no doors, no windows, they're for sale, but they're not
But if we
secure.
could get a
Yeah.
list, I know Lee's
I'm-
looking at bringing in a contract person
Yeah.
to, do some
Well, I'm
inspections.
gonna go take photographs and I'm gonna
If
get
we could
addresses and
get them
I'll
all
even look
together
up the
at once,
property
that's
owners.
easier than,
I'll even look up the
Gonna-
property ownership on the property appraiser's website to see who
Yeah.
owns them.
We're gonna
Like I
need some
said, you know.
serious grants to tackle this problem.
That's an expensive thing.
Yeah.
But if you
Cost
had
a
a
fortune.
real comprehensive plan with a goal and some objectives, you could get those grants because they can see where the money's going. But if we just want grants to
Well,
start
we're
something-
working on
And
the
if they're local,
comprehensive
think-
plan.
No, I
Local
agree.
families-
That's what I'm saying.
yeah,
Just the goodness of this effort.
because we're gonna need a grant for the one on Mill Street.
Yeah, and I can probably tell you, if they're local families that own these properties, if somebody goes to them and says, look, plywood over the doors and windows, secure the property where there's no homeless people in there doing drugs or whatever, or secure them, and then we'll worry about, whether or not they're gonna tear them down or whatever they're gonna do with them.
Are we discussing items or are we just kind of freelancing?
We just got
We're
three things.
kind of
Okay,
just
okay.
free.
That's cool. No, but
I think we're done with you.
Yeah. Should we end the meeting and then we can chat?
yes,
Yeah.
let's do that.
Okay, does anyone want to
Motion to
add
adjourn.
anything else to the, there's been a motion to adjourn, is there a second?
Second.
All right, it's been
Before we do
motioned
that-
and
before we do
seconded.
that, hold on. Any public comment?
There's, any public comment?
Public.
I've already
public.
spoken, so.
Yeah, we're gonna do everything right, okay?
Alright.
Now we can go on.
All right, so it's been motioned and seconded to adjourn, is there any discussion? No discussion, let's bring this to a vote, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed say no. Ayes have it. 4-0, the time is 7:30 exactly.
There you go.
All right, Ivan, you're up.
I'm sorry.
Now let me pause my
I've been,
thing first.
On this